Good morning and welcome to another edition of Plus Sports on Plus TV. My name, of course, is Wale Agbede, and on this very brand new Friday morning, we have a very wonderful sports package right here for you on Plus TV. We'll be touching on a number of topics ranging from the Chan Eagles who are in action this weekend trying to qualify for the Chan Nations Cup, which will be going down next year. They play against Ghana in a double header. We'll also be moving on to touch on tennis. But for now, let's start off from the camp of the Chan Eagles, where Remo Stars goalkeeper Kayode Bankole says they expect a tough clash when the Super Eagles B team face Ghana in their African Nations Championship qualifier on Sunday in Cape Coast. Next year's edition of the Chan tournament holds in Algeria. The Eagles B side take on the Galaxies in the first leg in Cape Coast before the second leg at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja on September 3. Bankole was a late addition to the team following injury to Rivers United goalkeeper Victor Sochiba. Salisu Yusuf's side have intensified their preparations ahead of the encounter and have played 2 friendly games against youth teams as part of their build-up for the matches in Cape Coast and in Abuja. Joining me to talk about the Chan Eagles this morning is Olaoluwa Aro, a sports journalist based in Abuja who has been following the home-based national team and has watched some of their trainings ahead of the doubleheader against Ghana. Olaoluwa, good morning. Olaoluwa Aro, are you there? All right, looks like Olaoluwa are not ready for us this morning, but of course the Chan Eagles are in action on Sunday, like I mentioned. They'll be playing in Cape Coast against the Ghana national team. That's the home-based national team, which is formed by players of the domestic league. The Nigerian Eagles, don't forget, have been very solid on the continental stage, although they struggled in the last tournament. We'll go on to other stories and come back to the Chan Eagles when Olaoluwa is ready for us. For now, we'll stay on the domestic front as we touch on the Northern and the Southern Conference teams who are set to play their last matches this weekend in the Nigeria National League. We have the media director of the Nigeria National League live on the show this morning, Ama Ignis, who joins us to touch on the preview of the final round of matches in the group stages of the NNL. Ama Ignis, good morning. Ama Ignis, unmute your mic. Just unmute your mic.
I have done that.
All right. Ama, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Wally. Nice to be here, and thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Ama, it's been a very long and interesting season in the Nigeria National League. Can you just give us a rundown to some of the major action and events that have happened during the course of the season leading up to this final round of matches that goes down this weekend?
It's not been particularly a very smooth season, but we must give glory, praise, and honor to God. It's been turbulent, but particularly we've not had a major, of course, complaint, except that of officiating. We are all aware, and this is a league that is yet to be where we want it to be. We call it the most Nigerian league, struggling to have funds to execute its programs and activities, especially having 46 teams has not come easy. And so because of certain situations, that we had with the referee, the games needed to be stopped to iron out things with the Nigerian Football Referees Association. Of course, also with the match appointment committee of the NFF and major stakeholders. There were cases of violence here and there, and all that we needed to tidy out to resume the league, which we have. We just have 2 more games in Group A2 of the Northern Conference and Group B2 of the Northern Conference. Already we have the A1 and the B1 concluded. Of course, don't forget that Doma United have qualified, have picked their ticket, although unofficially we're yet to confirm that. We also have Bendel Insurance, who have picked the finished tops in Group B1 as the league in that those 2 groups have been concluded. So this weekend, starting from tomorrow. We'll be seeing B2. It's going to be a real war. We're yet to see anybody who is picking the ticket. But in front is Bayelsa United, closely followed by Wolves and then Crown Football Club of Ogbomoso. Those three clubs are jostling for the prime position. But the most favored looks likely Wolves and Bayelsa United. If Bayelsa United uh, take maximum points against Sanosho of Abakaliki, it will mean they will end up as winners of Group B2. But if they pull a draw and Warriors go ahead to win their match, then they would have lost it, and then Warriors will finish tops. As it is, we had a little challenge in A1 where Sokoto United and El Kanami Warriors of Maiduguri clashed. That match was inconclusive, and of course, we also had an inconclusive match in the game where Mighty Jets and EFCC played. So, but we're looking into all that and to come up with an official position as it is. So, we expect a real serious tango when Bayelsa play against Inosho. Warriors, they are all busy. The games are slated for Sunday and Saturday. Saturday is the B2 conferences in the Southern Conference, and the Northern Conference is matches will be played on Sunday, because we had some ITO challenges where some of our clubs who were involved in ITO, we needed to give them preference to come in terms with the ITO matches, and then create also a level playing ground for all the teams to play and qualify. Don't forget, there's also relegation battle. So some teams already know they are deep down in the relegation battle. It will be difficult for them to escape. And so this matches today will finally determine the actual and true positions of the various clubs, the various groups, to tell us who goes tops, who picks the ticket to the Premiership, and who goes down to the lower league, the Nationwide League, and those who maintain their status at the NNL.
All right, Ama, you just touched on teams who are likely to pick tickets to the Nigeria Professional Football League, which is the first division in Nigeria. Is there going to be a playoff? What's the modality to determine the teams that go into the NPFL? Is it the top four teams in the four divisions, or is it that there's going to be a playoff tournament that will be played in a secluded zone or a particular location to determine who goes up into the NPFL?
Far from it, the rules and regulations of the league ab initio, the commencement of the league has already defined these situations. We had told them there will be no playoff, unlike what we had in the last season, where we had 8 teams, 2 each qualifying for a playoff of Super 8. Now, what we have this season is Super 4, where only the top teams in A1, A2, B1, B2 will converge at a neutral venue to vie for slots as who becomes the champion of the Nigerian National League 2021-2022 season. And we had told them that the fact that you have qualified or you think you've picked the ticket to Premiership does not mean you will ignore the Super 4, because the Super 4 is a summarization of the league for the season. And then before we also make an official statement as which team has qualified. So all those things have been spelled out. So as it is, we already have 2 teams, like I said, Bendel Insurance and Domo United. And of course, we believe that Academy Warriors likely, and of course, between Bayelsa United and the Warriors, may be the teams to pick the remaining 2 slots before official confirmations are done, and as we get ready for the Super 4.
All right, before I let you go, Alma, this season, the NNL has experienced, I think, a little bit more awareness, especially with the introduction of some newly formed privately clubs, the likes of Sporting Lagos, who have invested a lot in branding and media, the likes of Ikorodu United, who are not necessarily a new club, but have had new management. What sort of impact have this, teams like this had on the brand, the Nigerian National League?
A huge one, Wale, if you ask me. Let's start with Van Dresser. Van Dresser came into NNL with a great upsurge. They invested much on media and publicity and match coverages. They were actually at every match event they had. They ensured that they had content for the media. That's why they have been so rated as one of the most watched and followed team in Nigeria. It's not my saying, it's statistical data that has proven that Van Dresser did. And then, like you said, Ikorodu United is not a new team. Just that what we had there was Ikorodu United, and now we have Ikorodu City. and it's a sort of rebrand. They also came with their swag. And the Sporting Lagos, don't forget, the person running the league is not a new person, Gordon Enahina. They also came with their style. And then we had clubs, let's not give it away from them, City Football Club of Abuja, and a few others who knew the essence of media. Because, like I said, every sport is a media event. That's why organizations like FIFA, the International Olympic Committee, IOC, and all over the world, those UNESCO, UNICEF, they know what importance media, critical role media plays in reaching out to desired target and audiences. So I want to salute Sporting Lagos. I want to salute, of course, I will not rule out Kogi United. They've been fantastic. Ikorodu City, not Ikorodu United. And of course, Van Dresser. Van Dresser championed it. And they even had to keep us on our toes in the NNL media and communication department, that we needed to do a lot more to see that we reach out to targeted audience, whether you like it or not. We had top teams in NNL. Teams, imagine, Shooting Star Sports Club took a long while before they had to gain back promotion ticket to the MPFL. So most of the teams we have in the NNL are more or less Premier League teams. El Kanemi Warriors, Yobe Desert Stars of Damaturu, City, even though they renamed, don't forget, City was a former Delta Stars Football Club of Asaba. And of course, EFCC, Abuja Football Club, you remember, they once played in the Premier League. So if you have an array of teams like that had tasted at one time or the other Premiership, ABS of Ilorin will not take them away.
Right,
these are teams that have been there, and it's really kept us on our toes. I want to say kudos, a huge mileage we got from those clubs.
All right, thank you very much, Ama Ignis, the media director of the Nigerian National League, for joining us right here on Plus Sports. Thank you very much, Ama.
Thank you so much, Wale Agbede. It's nice being with you on the show.
All right, so a quick one. Let's move on to events from yesterday, where holders of the Champions League, Real Madrid, have now found out who they'll be playing. RB Leipzig, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Celtic in this season's Champions League group stages, while Barcelona will face Bayern Munich and Inter Milan as they find their way back into the top echelon of European football. Manchester City forward Erling Haaland will also face his former employers as the English champions were drawn in Group G with Borussia Dortmund. Sevilla and FC Copenhagen completed the group. Qatari-owned Paris Saint-Germain begin their quest for a maiden trophy in Europe's elite club competition in a tricky Group H with Juventus, Benfica, and Maccabi Haifa. Last season's runner-up, Liverpool, meet Ajax Amsterdam, Napoli, and Rangers in Group A.
Starting in alphabetical order, obviously with Group A, we'll have Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, and Rangers. It's Porto, Atletico de Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, and Club Brugge in Group B.
In Group C, we have Bayern München, Barcelona, Internazionale Milano, and Victoria Pilsen. Group D, Eintracht Frankfurt, Tottenham Hotspur, Sporting Club de Portugal, and Olympique de Marseille.
All right, that's it with the Champions League. Now it seems Olaoluwa is ready for us from Abuja. So let's go back to Olaoluwa in Abuja to talk about the China Eagles who are preparing to play against Ghana in their qualification doubleheader that starts this weekend. Olaoluwa, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you today? I'm happy to be here.
I'm doing great, Olaoluwa. But quickly, let's just dive into it with the China Eagles. You've seen their preparation leading up to this game. How ready do you think they are for the doubleheader against Ghana?
Well, if it is on the scale of 100, I think the boys are 75% to go. The camp officially opened on the 10th of August, which happens to be on Wednesday, and a couple of players resumed the camp early. They kickstarted the preparation with about 18 players or thereabouts. When the coach of the team, head coach Salisu, joined them over the weekend. I think after a week, exactly a week after the resumption, they started playing friendly matches. They started with a non-league side called Mahane Football Club of Abuja, a team that got to the semi-final of the Aito Cup in FCT. China Eagles, considered two quick early goals, and the team were able to show a little bit of resiliency came back from 2 goals behind, and of course, they won 3-2. On the same day, they play Roma. Roma, a team also, tutored by John Sam Obu. They defeated them 2-0.
Hello, Lalua. Are you there? All right. Looks like.
Yeah, I'm with you. So they played a couple of friendly matches, which I believe, the readiness of the players so far. So as I'm speaking to you now, they'll be leaving Abuja at 10:30 a.m. Today. They've already checked in, and I think the spirit in camp, is quite impressive.
All right. So, Olalua, are there any standout players in that side for you? Which players you think Nigeria will be relying on to secure victory against the Galaxies of Ghana?
Well, I want you to rely on Nigerians to rely on every player in the team. But personally, I think Jose Martins will show class, come this weekend. And of course, the camaraderie or the telepathy between Badebo and Ali of Remo Stars, has been top notch. The captain of the team, Tope Olushesi, from Rangers, has been marvelous, showing class, showing why he is the leader of the team. So, and don't forget Andy Okwe of Remo Stars. The coaching crew headed by Coach Salisu Yusuf, somebody who has experience, who took Nigeria to CHAN in far back 2018 in Morocco, and we got to the final. Unfortunately, we couldn't win it. Understand the philosophy and what it takes to be at the tournament. And do not forget, it's also been surrounded by the likes of Kenneth Boboye, Fatai Osho, Abubakar Bala. But unfortunately, Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu is presently in Ikene, preparing his team for the Champions League. So he's not part of this team as they jet out to Ghana.
All right, thank you very much, Olaoluwa Aro, for joining us. Hopefully, after Nigeria secures victory on Sunday, you come back and we'll discuss how we're going to clinch the ticket in the second leg at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja. Thank you, Olaoluwa.
You're welcome.
All right, fantastic. From football, now we move on to tennis. And after a glittering 27-year professional career in which she became one of the greatest players of all time, Serena Williams is preparing to bid farewell to tennis at the major where it all began. The 40-year-old sporting icon ended the guessing game surrounding her future earlier this month by revealing that the countdown to her retirement had started with her final Grand Slam appearance coming at next week's US Open in New York. That announcement set the stage for what would be an emotional farewell for Williams, who won the first of her 23 Grand Slam singles titles as a 17-year-old at the 1999 US Open, beating Martina Hingis in the final. Her retirement announcement triggered a stampede amongst fans, with the first 3 nights of the tournament absolutely sold out. Secondary ticket markets have reported a surge in ticket prices, up by 34% since early August. Former world number 1 Novak Djokovic will miss the US Open after he said that he will not be able to travel to New York for the tournament, having chosen not to be vaccinated against COVID-19. The Serbian previously said he was prepared to miss Grand Slam tournaments that require participating players to be vaccinated against the virus. The 35-year-old was also unable to defend his Australian Open crown earlier this year after being deported from the country over his vaccination status. Fans had been circulating an online petition in hopes of helping Djokovic gain entry into the United States for the final Grand Slam of this season. All right, that's about it on today's package on Plus Sports on Plus TV. My name, of course, is Wale Agbede. Don't forget the 6:30 edition, the 6:30 program of Plus Sports is back on your TV, and by 6:30 p.m. we will be joining you again right here live from our studios. Until then, you can continue to watch all our interesting programming on Plus TV. Of course, go on YouTube at PlusTvAfrica, and of course on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at PlusTvAfrica. Until next time, do have a fantastic day.